I've noticed this. What up, peeps? Welcome back to a new video. See, inflation's on the rise again, and the lead economist for the Bank of England has come out and said that it's us, the working class, demanding higher wages that's pushed up inflation. Nothing to do with the mass profits that the rich made that isn't going back into the economy. You know, it's us that's caused it. And he hasn't got an invested interest in anything, is he? So it's us, the working class, that's caused it. He says we need to accept that we're poorer, tighten my belts. More like unloosen my belts and bend over. Sorry, I slipped into reality there for a second. Let's ignore that. Let's crack on with the Viva. If you're new to the channel, I'm Steve. That's my Viva. And together we'll form an unstoppable team. Steva. Right, let's start by checking the diff oil and the gearbox oil and topping them up. Starting with them two things, I'm not sure what else I'm going to do today. I'm just going to get as many jobs done as I can. So maybe I'll add a little bit here and tell you what I'm going to do. Top up diff oil, top up gearbox oil, get the reverse lights working, check the air fuel mixture and put the brake line things on there. What a nice day for it. I'm not a sun worshipper or anything like that. It's just nice to not be rolling around in wet ground and soggy leaves. For a change. Got to run the 4-poster lift because I want it to stay level, because I'm guessing when I fill up the oils it's got to be level and then it just drips out the hole when it's full. Is that right? Right, let's lube this old girl up. I'm guessing that's the filler hole there. I'm sure it says in the manual that's the filler hole, although it's... Are you laughing? So we'll fill her up there. It doesn't, however, I'm sure it doesn't tell us in the manual where the filler hole is, or I might say is the two filler holes in the gearbox. I don't know. Let's find out when we get there. You know what I mean, like a filler hole in a drill hole, drain hole. Right, let's see if I've got a socket or spanner to fit that up. It's out with the Imperial adjustable spanner. I talk too fast sometimes, man. I found a 1-inch socket. Didn't realise I had one, and that's what the drain plug is on there. That's what the sun plug is as well. So yeah, I've got a 1-inch socket. I haven't got a 1-inch spanner. I think the biggest spanner I've got goes to 7/8. Yeah, but a 1-inch socket, spot on. I don't know what the gearbox is, but let's do the diff. I've got the diff oil in a nice warm bucket of water, so I can draw it up the syringe easy enough and pump it into the gearbox. Gearbox? Diff. The differential. I've got a bigger tube for this somewhere, but I don't know where the hell it is, but it seems to be drawing it up that easy enough. I don't know if you can notice, but things are starting to get in order. And I'm starting to sort out tools. Still haven't done it yet properly, but it will be spot on very soon. Can you tell? Is there a noticeable difference? I mean, there's a walkway there. That's all the Viva bits will go on a shelf. I'm going to get like a multi-tier shelf there. Viva bits and stuff like that on there. Need to get into that tool cabinet. What I need is a bigger garage and more storage for more cars and stuff. Well, you know that's coming. Let's crack on. I was under the impression that you just had to fill it up until it started dripping out of the hole. It is a warm day, mind, but that seemed like a lot coming out of that drain plug, didn't it? Could there be too much oil in this diff? I don't know. Let us know. Comments below. Right, let's take a look at this gearbox. Oh. Right, that's where the manual says that's the filler and the plug. The filler and the drain plug, the filler and the check. I don't know. Is that a hex? That can't be a hex, can it? Not in this car. Is that a hex? No, it's a hex. Oh, this one. What's that bit for? What's that one for further up? Right. I don't have any imperial hexes, if there's such a thing. I do have hexes though. No. Male hex. Let's try one of them too. Right, let's get some oil in the syringe and fill up the gearbox. Right, let's get some lubrication in this situation. It's not my line. Sorry about the heavy breathing going on here. I've got my face pressed right up against the camera. I've got it in a funny angle so you can see what's going on. And I've been running back and forwards in and out the garage. Luke, I'm your father, Luke. Right, let's get the reverse lights fitted up. I'm going to cut them off there. I'm going to use the grinder. Ideally, you use a Dremel or something like that, and I do have one somewhere. Where the hell it is though, I don't know. But let's try and grind them off and drill it off and put some screws through. I do have some really thin cutting discs for the grinder as well, which would have been ideal, but I can't find the key to unlock it. This is why I need to get organised, people. Well, my Makita isn't making a dent in trying to drill through the top of that, so I've got the battery on charge. She is 10-year-old now, like she's had a hard life. But it'd be good to use a bench drill. That'd be ideal for that, maybe. Anyway, for now, let's get that reverse light on. If I can't get anything sorted with this reverse light, I'll just put the old one in for now with the glass in. At least I'll have one reverse light working until I sort something out with this. Just putting like a light beaded gasket maker on the outside of it, because the other one, the newer one that I've got it on, this one hasn't got anything on. One reverse light in and working. That black stuff all over the lens is it's like rust converter stuff. It picks off. I'm going to give that a good clean with some glass cleaner when I go around the windows. But let's charge. I'm charging up the drill and see if I can do anything with this one. If not, like I say, I'm putting the old one back on now, so it just looks tidy. That's tough old metal. That, like you see that, that's me leaning on that. And now the drill isn't the best, but I put it against the back plate on there and it flew through that, and that's quite thick. But Yeah, I think I need to put this on a bench drill or something like that, or even to plug in the wall drill. I'll give it a go. But the battery drill isn't cutting it like so. For now, I'm just going to chuck this one back on with the glass on to keep it tidy until I sort something with this. I don't think a Dremel would have went through the backs of them. It's tough old metal, this, like. It flew through, that drill flew through the bolt in the spot weld bit as well on the suspension bracket. So the bolts on these are tougher than the suspension ones. For a reverse light as well, must be made out of Valerian steel. I thought I was going to have to splice into the wire here as well for when I come to put that back through, but there's enough length on it where I'll just be able to wire it directly into the light, so put it through there, so that's good. But I'll just leave it unplugged for now, so there's just the one reverse light working, so there's no power going to the end of that. What was there from factory? Was that mastic in there? That's both reverse lights back in. One working for now. Number plate's cleaned up a little bit, but I do plan on doing some of that in a future video. What else? Right, well, the car's up. I'm just going to chuck the sleeves back over the brake line that runs across the back axle. Right, that's 3 of the bungs back in. One of the brackets over here snapped off. So I'm gonna make a bit of, someone suggested making some out of fuel hose, snipping it, 6mm hose, putting it around. That's a good idea. And I'll zippy tie it to there where it's snapped. And I need to put one over here as well. So I'll make one for there. I made the brake line a little bit too short over there so it doesn't run through the middle of the bracket, but I'll make like a jacket thing for it there. A jacket? I don't know what I'm talking about. I was going to take off a little rip down the bottom of the street, but I've got no fuel in. But I've noticed this, when she's cold, when I first start her up, if I go to accelerate, the car goes to cut out until she's a bit warm. So I'll have to sort out the mixture on the carb. And apparently mine hasn't got the mixture thing on the bottom, it's only got the adjustment for the top, and I've got the tool to adjust it. But if I lift this piston a little bit, lifted it too much there. If I lift this a little bit, hang on, I'm on the accelerator cable. Yeah. It drops and stays dropped. When I first start her up, she starts up no bother, but even with the choke all the way out, if I go to accelerate straight away, it kind of goes to cut out, so I've got to let it warm up. So with me pushing that, doing that piston test where I push it a little bit, the RPMs drop and they stay there, so I think it's running too lean. Is that correct, Amundo? Peeps in the know. So I've got that to set. There's no bother, like normally you just like you kick it over and you sit there for 5 minutes, it warms up and you can go, but it's not meant to be like that, is it? Viva vlog over for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Me tired. Me gonna go and have a nap now. Maybe catch up on a few YouTube videos. Me off work tonight. Me don't know why I'm talking like this. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.
behind your frozen eyes. Skies are hate and laughter make me feel just one more thing than I. And even though that I despise the thing you're after, realize you're something more than I.